he has he does have the cadence, the talk. Yep. Like he has it. He is a superstar that is sitting there waiting for his name to be called.
Yeah. Like we can't choose who the next face of the league is. It has to be organic. And a lot of times it comes with winning. It comes with winning a championship. Kobe became the face of the league because he won. MJ became the face of the league because he won. Magic, Larry, they won.
The NBA for the last couple seasons has been desperate, and I mean desperate, to try to find a new face of the league. And it's been super obvious and at times even felt forced. With all the commercials and constant highlights of players like Anthony Edwards, SGA, Jayson Tatum, Wemby, and even Luka, it's very clear that these are just a few names that the NBA wants as its face. But it doesn't work like that, and it never will. In this video, I'm gonna get into why we don't have a face of the league right now and why it can't be forced onto us. But before we get into it, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for watching my new basketball channel, Mike Swish. The time has finally come where the NBA doesn't have a clear face of the league. We have amazing superstars that have the skill to be the face of the league, but something is missing. Think about it, guys. What are the modern day superstars lacking that our previous superstars had? If we go back into the 80s, Magic and Bird were the faces of the league. In the 90s, it was Jordan. In the 2000s, it was Kobe. In the 2010s, it was LeBron, and some argue Curry was the face of the league for a couple years maybe. But really, ever since LeBron faded from being the face of the league, there hasn't really been a unanimous decision on who the new face of the league is. And there's a reason why, and we're gonna get into that right now. The first reason is the face of the league has to be earned and respected, not forced down our throats. Let me explain what I mean by that. Recently, Meta World Peace spoke about it on the PBD podcast.
We need to let these stars become stars, not like force feeding stuff.
Tell me what you mean by that.
Meaning like there's a lot of manufactured stars. And I like when you earn it. I like when Ben Wallace earned the Defensive Player of the Year. The Richard Hamilton or Chauncey Billups earned that Finals MVP.
There is something special about seeing players like Kobe dominate night after night. But not only that, but winning championships in the process of that. He earned MVP, the Finals MVPs, he earned the first team All-NBAs, and the first team All-Defenses. This made gravitating to players like that easy, and you naturally start seeing them as the face of the league. There was a respect that was earned. Now, if we think of Anthony Edwards, for example, no one would argue that he's a dog, an absolute beast. But he really hasn't done much in the league, even be considered the face of the league, which makes it feel very unnatural. And this goes for Wemby too. But when it comes to players like SGA and Tatum, they have proven themselves to be champions. So when it comes to them specifically, what's the problem? Which leads me to my next point, marketability. You have to have that it factor. The previous faces of the league had a composure, a swag, something that made them seem unfazed. On a side note, they also had shoes that people wanted to wear. When it comes to Tatum and SGA, I can't honestly say they have this image yet. I'm gonna get to the topic of shoes later on in this video. When it comes to Tatum, I think Team USA really hurt his image. The fact that he was benched that much will probably follow him throughout his career. And when it comes to SGA, I think he has the highest chances of becoming the next face of the league. But oddly enough, I haven't really seen someone with a shoe deal outside of Jordan and Nike become the face. When brands like Jordan and Nike are backing you, it really makes taking this path of being the face of the league a lot easier. SGA, for example, has taken the path of partnering with Converse, which shows that he's willing to take a different route. But, we're going to see how that plays out, and we'll see if he's able to really turn the tides of history. But don't get it twisted, the shoe deals are just simply a helping hand. A bigger decider of who becomes the face of the league is the fans. Let me explain. Players like Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron had the fans naturally gravitating towards their game. They had an attitude and many iconic moments that they created. People wore their jerseys because they looked up to them. That kind of connection can't be faked or manufactured. When the league tries to force a player on us when they haven't earned it yet, fans end up just pushing back harder. The face of the league will clearly be chosen when the fans become passionate enough about a player, and it hasn't happened in years. But let's switch gears and talk about iconic moments. If you look back, the previous faces of the league all had iconic moments that made fans all around the world say, yeah, this is his league now. With Jordan, it was a championship runs and the iconic flu game, to name a few. Kobe had the 81-point game and even winning back-to-back championships without Shaq. LeBron had the Game 7 block, which cemented the 3-1 comeback. But when it comes to Wemby, SGA, Tatum, Luka, we haven't really seen that moment in their career yet. They've had amazing games that have shocked us, but they haven't really had that finals performance or playoff run that makes us say, yeah, this is their league now. And yeah, Ant has had his flashes in the playoffs, SGA has that cold-blooded mentality, and Luka has put up crazy numbers, but none of them have grabbed that torch with a defining statement in the postseason. But what also makes this time different from any time in history is that with all the different types of media available, we get insight on these modern day superstars and their personalities. Back in the day, you pretty much had to fit a certain mold, like a flashy scorer or a big personality and a dominant winner. But right now, the league is so full of different personalities, backgrounds, lifestyles, which attract different types of fans. For example, Anthony Edwards has charisma and confidence. He's funny and never afraid to speak his mind. Fans who love entertainment are going to gravitate towards him more. With SGA, he's more chill, not going to be the loudest person in the room. He's just going to let his game speak for itself. Fans who love the smooth and skillful style of play are going to gravitate towards him more naturally. And Luka carries himself with the European swag, you know. He plays at his own pace and has very high basketball IQ. He connects with the international fans the most, but you get the point. The media has shed a light on our modern day superstars that really make it easy for fans to like and dislike players a lot easier now. And this causes fans to only follow their favorite players and a lot of times not pay attention to how well other players are actually playing in the league. And that's why some people say that they're NBA fans, because they really pay attention to everything that's going on in the league and not just a particular player. But I don't think we'll have another face of the league for like 5 years. Why? Because we need time for these young stars to try to win MVPs, final MVPs, and even more championships. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me on anything? Or do you think we have a face of the league right now? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.